What are you doing?
I am putting chalk on the ground.
Why are you doing that?
Because I'm a striking teaching assistant at McGill University.
I think the strike has been going really well. We have an excellent executive team, and also we have excellent volunteers, team captains who have been really working their ass off, organizing the strike and get people's spirit up and get information to the people, because there is a lot of misinformation, and I think I'm really glad that we clear out a lot of the misinformation and united TAs under this.
And this is like the best strike ever in the history of striking. We're
in what way?
Incredibly organized. There's so many people with great enthusiasm, incredible amount of support. There's high energy.
So morale was high?
Morale was really, really high. I couldn't have expected or anticipated a better strike. Our demands are not only reasonable, but they're necessary if we want to maintain and increase the quality of education for undergraduate students.
I feel we're seeking respect that McGill doesn't give us, recognition that we're on the front lines of providing the undergraduate education that they take such pride in offering.
The one demand which I really like, and which I'm really out here on the picket line for, is the workload form.
Adequate office space for TAs, not having to teach conferences with 75 people in them, compensation comparable to all the universities across Canada that McGill likes to compare themselves to, paid training, a workload form that guarantees that we're not overworked, and so that there's an article in our collective agreement that makes sure that we can actually grieve that, if that is the case. I mean, I think every single one of those is reasonable. I certainly don't think that none of them are, which is apparently what McGill thinks.
If you do work, you get paid. I mean, this is something that no other employee body would stand for. Any other, if you were packing shelves in a shop or delivering pizzas or anything like that, and you told your boss, I did more hours, then they would pay you.
We'll keep striking till we see our demands met.
Just being on the picket line gave me a chance to see wonderful people that I would have never had the chance to talk to. I didn't know what the issues were in other departments.
My favorite moment is at the General Assemblies, really, when everybody gets information and really learned about how the administration is punishing grad students.
Grad students?
Yeah, by firing invigilators, by firing sessional instructors, research assistants, and grad students really started to realize exactly how low the university is willing to go to win this strike.
My name is Max Silverman. I'm the Vice President External of the Undergraduate Student Union here, the SSMU.
Undergraduates?
The undergraduates.
You mean they have some sort of affiliation with us?
Well, the undergraduates on the whole, from what we've been hearing, support the TA strike and support the TA demands.
Even if they're negatively affected?
We understand that, TAs are making a bigger sacrifice by going on strike. They're losing their jobs, they're losing their pay for this time, and we understand that nobody ever wants to go on strike, and that strikes are only taken in extreme situations where there are serious demands. And, we know that TA demands are not only reasonable, but for the most part are actually going to help undergraduate education. Particularly at a school like McGill, undergraduates have so little contact with our professors that TAs tend to be, the front line of our education. So on the whole, I'd say undergraduates are very supportive.
Well, I've definitely spoken with numerous departments and faculty at the university and students across the university who are completely supportive.
Faculty? Like professors?
Professors, yeah.
The same professors who have to mark our exams when we're on strike?
These professors are trying to fight having to mark our exams while we're on strike. They don't agree with scabbing our work, and they're trying to fight the pressure that they're being put under by McGill's administration, their employers, to do that work.
Keep on the struggle, keep going as long as it takes. The students understand and the students will support you.
I don't think we anticipated McGill being as dirty as they've been.
Dirty? In what way?
Well, I'm sure a lot of you know that they've fired people who are TAs from other positions that are completely unrelated. And this is really,
Is that illegal?
Well, that remains to be seen. I sure think so. But that's really just getting us more fired up, I think. Like, some of us, you know, picketing out here, it gets tiresome, but, you know, when you find that they're showing you such a complete lack of respect, you know, you have to stand up and fight for what's right.
I'm also particularly disgusted with the illegal firings of union members doing non-union jobs like sessional instructorships. Two of my friends have been fired from jobs that would have paid them $5,000 each, which is entirely illegal. The Quebec Labour Code specifically says you can't lose a job because of taking part in a labour action.
The way they've been treating us throughout the so-called negotiations is a sort of testament to the lack of good faith and goodwill in front of administration, and I'd like to see that change.
I'd like to say that the way the administration has been treating us is completely, it's completely shocking that that would happen in a public institution, especially the way they've been firing invigilators and then taking away our A-ships.
I'd just like to say that I think McGill administration has been using dirty tactics and attacking us. I think it's about time for us to fight back.
Some of the tactics the university has been using to pressure the striking TAs adversely affect the quality of undergraduate education, like changing exams into multiple choice that are easy or easier to grade makes it and undermines the education and degree that they're going to have leaving this university.
The administration has been stalling the negotiation, showing bad faith, canceling some of our meetings, and not even willing to move an inch. The whole point of negotiation is like for two parts to meet halfway, but McGill administration seems didn't have that intention at all.
People are being fired and intimidated and pushed around. This is the tactics of the bully, and that really, really bugs me.
I'd say maybe it's time you should start giving a damn about the people that do a lot of your work, the people who are doing the frontline teaching of your students, and the people that really keep this university running.
Listen to our demands. They're reasonable demands. Rather than sending out preemptory emails to faculty, for example, today, saying that if the strike continues to September, this is what we have to do as our strategy. Sit down and talk to us. We're here to negotiate. We have reasonable demands. We have reasons for our demands, and there's been a lack of genuine negotiation, and that's why the university, before the strike even began, was acting in bad faith.
He's trying to avoid us, trying to avoid confrontation, but he knows there's already confrontation, and it is really, I think it's a hypocrisy on her part to always talk about integrity of McGill, academic integrity, social integrity, and so on and so forth, but not willing to actually negotiate on a good faith.
What would I say to Heather Monroe Bloom?
If she were here right now.
I'd say fire Heather, not fire TAs.
Heather Monroe Bloom, what do you think of the AGSEM strike?
I'm not talking publicly about it at this time.
Then if you don't want to talk publicly, why don't you give a mandate to your bargaining team to talk to us in private?
I understand that there are discussions going on, and I encourage you to stay with them.
Hello, you're the provost. What do you feel about the AGSEM strike? No comment?